Am I too old to work in IT? Is body leasing legal? Should my kiddo become a Salesforce consultant when he grows up? Is it possible to translate what IT specialists do into human language? I will try. My name is Marcin Kapuściński. I work at Transition Technologies MS. Some say I'm a non-technical person. Well, I am colorblind. I love to ask stupid questions. I do not have an iPhone and my laptop is always discharged. This is Decoding IT podcast. Let's bring it on.
Hello everyone, my name is Aneta Szczegłowska and I'm on behalf of Marcin Kapuściński who prepare podcast about IT because we decided to decode IT. And today I'm with our friend from Denmark, from ConCor, and Jesper will answer my questions, will say something more about IT Danish market. And so let's start. So Jesper, can you tell me something about you? How it happened that you appear in Poland in Polish company?
Yeah,
How
sure.
does it start?
I will. So I'm Jesper Mikkelsen from ConCor in Denmark. We are an IT consultancy company who started in 2002. We started with working with projects where we delivered projects from A to Z. We took care of the analysis, the requirement specifications, the developments, and the testing, and then of course we also did the support afterwards after we delivered all the projects. Later on, our clients started asking, hey, maybe we can rent a guy who develops in .NET for 6 months. And then we just thought, that's another way of approaching the market. So we decided to switch some of our business into kind of like a body shopping model, where we started offering resources or consultants, if you like, for a period of time. And it turned out that all of the market actually turned around, so they wanted to work with us more in that way back then. So we almost only had these body shopping models for a while. Meanwhile, actually, we started a hosting company, and we had enterprise clients, and we also had private clients actually with web hotels. It turned out that it was a lot of work managing all these. We had 3,000 clients in hosting.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And it was actually, the thing is, when you have hosting, you don't sleep at night because everything can break down in the middle of the night. So it's another way of working than.
But I thought that kind of behaving was at the beginning, right? Not all the time.
Yeah.
I hope that you have a good sleep.
Yeah, of course. And we had supporters and all that, but still, you don't know if you get hacked in the middle of the night, and you have to get up and all the alarms are red, and you have to start working on that. So we decided that let's focus on this consultancy work. So we sold the hosting company. First, we actually sold all the private customers to one company, and then we sold the enterprise hosting clients to another company. And this was actually a relief, to be honest. It's good to have clients where you just get all these subscription fees, of course, but you have this where you have to be awake at night sometimes.
It's stronger than me. I have to ask, do you have some alarms at the middle of the night?
Yeah, we had, and we tried, actually we tried to have Chinese visitors, I think.
Oh.
So, and virtual visitors, so all the servers were hacked,
wow.
we were, so after we tried that, we decided this is not fun.
Yeah.
So, so we sold all that, and it's very good for us that we were now able to focus on our core business, which was consultants.
So it was success at the end.
Yeah, it was. And actually a very, very good experience.
Yes.
Because we learned a lot, and when you're maybe a bit younger, it's fun with all this. it's also a lot of fun.
So what's the lesson for you and for the team that work on it after that hack attack?
Actually, I think it's that you need to focus your business a bit more, so you can you're more able to say this is where we put all our interest in only consultancy, because if you do a bit of everything, then you don't do it as good as if you focus. So that's why we decided to start focusing.
Okay, so we know a bit about ConCor, but can you tell me something about you? How your career in IT outsourcing starts? Why you decided to choose that kind of milestone in your career?
Yeah, actually, me personally, I studied at Copenhagen Business School, which was business and IT also, and then after that, I started as a consultant. To begin with, actually, I was a developer, but not a heavy developer, if you can call it that. More lightweight. So it was. I could also take the business requirements and all that. So it's more like smaller systems. Doing that for and in the beginning was a lot of the tele company business. We've had especially one large tele client. For many years, and we still have this client. We had our own offices actually at that client, so that's how big we were there. Yeah, and then after a while, I decided that I want to go do something myself, and then I actually started ConCor back in the days.
So you were the light to...
Yeah. I was the first founder, yeah. And then Kim Ronny Nielsen then asked me if maybe he could join forces with me. And then we made this 50-50 partnership deal, and we started working together. We worked together before because actually I was a consultant in his company. So that's how it all started.
But it was something like a brilliant idea, sitting on drinking coffee, and you decided why not to start my own company, or it's a less American dream story. how it looks like?
Yeah, I was a consultant, IT consultant, and it was just, I think I have this inside me, this entrepreneur. So I just thought, why not? And I could actually do it part-time. So I could work part-time as a consultant, where I was...
so that was the beginning. You work partially.
Partially, and then I could go full-time after a while. So that's how it started.
So you are a dream team with you and your friend, and later how it grow?
Well, actually, we just started getting more and more consultants. The model was that we had a lot of freelancers where they have their own company, and then we have some employees that we also have as IT consultants, and so it's sort of a mix, but mostly freelancers. So and then we just got more and more demand, and then it just grew.
And is this model stays with you for years?
Yeah, some years ago we decided that we cannot say to our clients that we can do everything. So we wanted to focus, and then we said, what about this agile framework, this agile way of working? Because all of our clients are talking about agile. It's kind of a buzzword.
It's kind of sexy.
Yeah, it's a buzzword, right? So, and we just thought that everybody's talking about scaled agile, and then they especially they talk about the framework model called SAFe, which is scaled agile.
Can you tell something more about, because this podcast called we're showing a different face of IT, human face, because the developers and people from IT they know they know wording, but people who they know what IT is, they want to know the details, but in talking to humans. So can you tell something like you have a student and you have to tell him details what the agile and this.
Yeah. So the story is that to begin with, a lot of enterprise clients they worked agile in these Scrum teams. But the problem is that what was difficult for these clients is that you have these Scrum teams, but how do you plan? How do you say we have these 6 months where we want to make this project, and we have these Scrum teams working separately, and they don't work together. So how do we make that even more organized? And then there are these scaled agile. So that's why you're going to scaled agile. For example, this scaled agile framework called SAFE. It's where you take the entire organization and you say everybody works agile. Not only these 8 guys developing this small project. It's the entire organization, and then everybody is working agile. And then you meet up once in a while. Everybody meets up, and then they work together across the organization, including the managers.
So it was hard first.
Yeah. Everybody has to work in a new way, and they meet together now in these PI planning sessions where everybody is there. The entire
it was like it was organizational need, or management says that since now we decided that we start work in agile and everybody have to do it, and we have a ConCor who will make that implementation.
Yeah, that could be the way to say it, because it has to come from the management. The management say now all of our organization has to work in this agile way. And we've decided to use the model called SAFE. There's also other models. There's one called Spotify that's also pretty big. It's actually Spotify who started it, and then
So why you choose this model?
It's very, very popular. So and that's why we thought that we see in the market that a lot of our clients are either talking about working in this SAFE way, or they're even doing it right now. And it's a transformation for the entire company. So what they need is these change managers. They need all sorts of agile coaches and various consultants when they try to switch into this model. And we saw a market there. And also we said that everybody's talking about it. Somebody's doing it. Somebody's talking about it. So let's make some events and try to gather some of all these companies. They can share knowledge. So we started this event called Safe Meetup Denmark. And we actually got Scaled Agile, which is an American company who invented this SAFE model, to endorse us and to help us with all this marketing material and all that. And now we actually have 1,200 members in this.
It's a lot.
Yeah, in this.
It's only Danish market, or?
Yeah, it's Danish market.
It's Danish market. Wow.
Yeah. And what we do is that we have these meetups or events, if you like, at various companies in Denmark, various large companies, and then we talk about some of their maybe learnings and some of their issues, and then we invite all these other people, and maybe we are 100 people there at these events, and then we have various people talking about how do they solve these things, and what's their experience with this and this problem, for example. How do I train all your employees?
Can you tell me something more about implementation? When one company decided to choose that option, and what's the ConCor impact in implementation of this?
For example, we can help with coaching managers, for example. We can help with counseling. We can also help with actually implementing the model entirely in the organization. Also, once you get further ahead, we can help with Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, all these product managers, product owners.
So you react for every client's needs. Whatever they want, you can react and offer developers. That's nice. So your clients know that you're a good partner because you can help to solve every problem.
Yeah, actually, in this agile world, a lot of clients know that ConCor can help them.
So if it looks like a big success, so can you tell me something more? Why why ConCor decided to get a new power by TTMS?
Maybe I should just firstly continue a bit, because after all this, we in the ConCor company we decided that we got a bit too far away from the tech when just talking about organizational models and how to work together and all that. So we decided we want to come a bit back to tech. Earlier on, we were Microsoft Gold certified partners, but we've worked a lot with Salesforce. So we decided to become Salesforce partners. And actually, Salesforce even thinks that's a very, very good idea, because if you combine this agile focus with Salesforce, which is actually when you implement Salesforce, how do you do that in an organization that works agile? So a lot of other Salesforce partners don't approach the market in the same way.
So you have a special skills.
Yeah, we have something I think a bit unique because we can see, okay, you work with Salesforce, but it's also an organization that's working agile. So how do you implement Salesforce? Because often if you see these projects back in the days.
But is it unique on Danish market, or you can say that you're unique in Europe?
I would say everywhere in the world, people are talking about working agile or even doing it now, and also scaled agile. So being able to see the company in this agile way and also know about, for example, Salesforce puts us a bit ahead, I think. So yeah, so now we have both Salesforce, and we also have the Microsoft focus because we were a Microsoft company back in the days. But we also know all about these agile ways of working. So we can really come into the core of the company and help them from there when they're implementing Salesforce, for example. So we've been doing this for almost 20 years, and it's been a lot of fun. But we've also been thinking, what next? What are we gonna do now? And then we got this opportunity from TTMS. We got somebody knocking on our door, and we really, from the very beginning, thought that it sounded very, very interesting. It's a lot more interesting actually than, I think, merging with somebody else in the Danish market, because then you are two similar companies doing things a bit differently, and so that could give some challenges.
It looks like you have a lucky. First, your friend knocked to your door and asked if he can work with you, and that's how ConCor starts. Now you have knocking door by TTMS. So
exactly. So pretty quickly we agreed that this sounds really, really cool, really, really fun, and it's something we've been looking for. And the thing is that from the very beginning, we saw that there was a match with Microsoft and Salesforce. So that's right up our alley. So this, and then combined with TTMS being a large company, with all the opportunities that could give us, we quickly decided that this sounds like something we want to do.
I've heard that we are just one day before the workshop with a Danish client in Warsaw. Can you tell us what does the cooperation looks like?
Yeah, the funny thing is that this client, a very, very big Danish company, they are actually placed in Copenhagen, in Denmark, and also it happens to be in Warsaw.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
I'm not sure it's a coincidence, but yeah, it is probably. And then they saw that we have the same combination. And this was, maybe again a bit lucky, but now tomorrow we are sitting down with this client here in Warsaw, and we're going to talk about an app for them. And I think it's very, very promising already that we can show them a clickable prototype. I think we're going to, because they don't expect that. So it's going to be a lot of fun showing them this.
So you're also a company who can surprise a client.
Yeah, exactly, in a good way.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
looking very much forward to that.
You talk about a partnership with Salesforce. Can you tell something more about it? Since how many years? What's your skills in Salesforce? What you can offer clients regarding this?
So actually, what we've done is that we have learned a lot of ourselves and trained a lot. But also we have made a pool of consultants that are Salesforce certified. And these are, I would say, within mostly Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, probably. That's the most of these consultants. And that's also where we get the most requirements from our clients. But also we have some CPQ and some other certifications from some of our consultants, but mostly Sales and Service Cloud.
I'm really curious about a small or maybe bigger, just explain me, difference between Polish market and Danish market regarding IT, of course. Can you? What's your opinion? Is there totally similar? You don't feel the different, like for example, Danish market and from Asia countries, or how do you feel? Do you feel the cultural differences, or they are not appear?
I would say I don't know very much about the Polish market as such. I know very much about the Scandinavian market, the Nordic market, and of course we and I know a lot about Polish consultants and Polish IT workers, and we also know we've worked a lot with Asian and Indian consultants, and the difference is, I would say, we call consultants from Poland for nearshoring, and the reason for that is that they look a lot like us. So I think it's very similar, and that's a big advantage because the problem in Denmark and the other Scandinavian countries is there's really a lack of resources from these Danish consultants.
Can you say something about that market?
What we see is that there's a lot of demand, and we cannot meet the demand with Danish consultants. So we really get now, working together with TTMS, an opportunity to provide consultants for these requests that our clients have, which was problematic before because often we have to say, well, there's just no one left. There's no one there. We cannot help you. And that's not funny if you have a client that says, well, we have this request, can you help us? Sorry, there's no one there. So
yeah, but this is a problem, and I think that IT is something that every country needs now, and I think that it's a basic problem in Poland and in different countries, but. It's a chance for you. That's great. That sounds great.
Yeah. Of course, we see that in Poland there's also a high demand now, so it's probably not as easy as it was early on. But still, we get access to people that's not there in Denmark anymore.
What kind of developers you need the most in Danish market? And
yeah. So the demand that we see most is, of course, we have Salesforce, we have a lot of Microsoft, .NET, Power BI, all that, Azure and all that, a lot of Python, actually. And then sometimes we see some Java, but mostly, actually, I would say Microsoft and Salesforce is very popular, and cloud, and also within maybe...
But it's different from the market? Like, for example, in Poland, Salesforce are more popular. In Denmark, for example, Microsoft, and for Nordic, both? Or
yeah, I would say Nordic. It's very similar. I would say Denmark, Sweden, Norway. It looks a lot like... It's mostly the same. It's very similar. There are some differences in culture. Of course, we see probably... you see differences with your neighboring countries also.
Yes.
But we are still a bit similar, I would say. The problem is that for us is that we have some, for example, some Swedish clients also, and the challenge is that if we want to offer a Danish consultant in Sweden, they're probably going to be too expensive because the Danish consultants are more expensive, and the other thing is there's a problem with currency. Because the Swedish currency is cheaper than the Danish, so we cannot really offer a Danish consultant in Sweden. It's possible the other way around, actually. But
so how you will solve it?
What we're going to do is, and that's the plan, is to try to offer TTMS resources in the Nordic countries, because that is very possible.
That's really great.
Yeah. So and we have these framework agreements with Swedish clients, but we cannot help them. So we can now in the future. So that's the plan to
TTMS Power will help.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Right.
I'm also curious about sectors. If it's if this needs it's connected with sectors, or it's just totally not connected.
We don't focus as such on sectors because we mostly focus on large and enterprise clients. Because, in Denmark, that's not the biggest country in the world. So if you say we only focus on energy sector, then you maybe only have 4 or 5 clients. So maybe that's not enough. So we just say we focus on all large clients and enterprise clients. And, it's just an organization. They have the same demands. It's not that important if you know about telecommunication or energy once you start, because you're going to learn that. It's more important that you know maybe .NET or Python or whatever, and then you can just learn about the other stuff once you start. So that's how we focus.
That's right. A new year just start. So I wanted to ask you, what should we wish you for New Year? For this year, we should wish you in a connected with workers, connected with company. What would you like to have as a dream job in this year?
Yeah, what we really want to do is turn around a bit, so we don't only offer one consultant for one request. So similar to TTMS, we would really like to start offering teams, entire teams, maybe a team of developers, maybe a team of DevOps, whatever. And then also what we would like to do is to start offering these managed services that also TTMS offers, because then we really get a closer relationship with our clients. So that's what we wish for, is to get some more of these projects.
So I will keep my finger crossed, and I wish you to be bigger and bigger, and to go on every single market that you wanted to get, and maybe you have some advice to our IT developers who wanted to become developers in Denmark. Or in different market in Polish, maybe.
Well, first of all, of course, there's the language thing. So it's important that you know English, because you're going to work together with teams who speak probably English. So that's very, very important. And also be open maybe to other cultures. It's not that different. It's mostly the same, but of course there are some small differences. Before you start maybe working, let's say in Denmark or in Sweden or whatever, maybe start checking up on what's the culture, is there anything I need that would be good to know before I work together with them. Another thing is it possible to visit the country? Then it's probably a good idea, because then you have something to talk about. You have something, and if you can even visit the team in real life, it's just different than only seeing them on Teams.
Yeah. But Teams is also nice. Can you tell me about technology? What you can recommend for them?
I think look at what TTMS is doing, because they have a lot of the
direction.
Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of the technologies that we see in the markets in the Nordic. So I think it's a good match. So
we have academy. We have Salesforce Academy.
Yeah.
I am Academy. So we help our developers, our students to choose the good direction. So if any of students listening us, you can think about Danish market, because if you wanted to change country, you can do it with ConCor and TTMS.
That's right. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much. I wish you a lovely time in Warsaw, and very good workshop today. Tomorrow. And I hope to hear you soon. The next time, maybe you can say something more about Danish market, or we can meet at the end of the year, and let's see if my wishes may come true.
Let's do that.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.